Hey guys, welcome back to Language with Ronnie. So today we are diving into one of the hottest topics for English learners, fluency. What does it mean? What does it really mean to be fluent? Is it about perfect grammar, speaking fast, or just being confident? So to explore that, I've invited a special guest to share their experiences with us. The wins, the struggles, and also the funny moments on his journey learning English. So, see you soon. My name is Geraldo. Let's dive in. So, guys, welcome back to Language with Ronnie. My name is Melissa Penye, and as I said before, I invited a special guest to help us explore this topic, fluency. So he's going to introduce himself and say a little bit about himself, like always. Hello.
Hello, good morning to everybody watching us right now. My name is Geraldo. I am a student at UP. My major is English, and I'm here to do a video. And the topic is fluency, and I'm really looking forward to talking about it.
He's looking forward to share his experiences with us. So, guys, I've got a few questions, like always. It's an interview. So, what does it mean to be fluent for you?
Okay, well, we can define fluency in many ways, but I'm just going to bring one definition here, one of my own, of course. To be fluent in a language means being able to communicate the proper way. Okay, so when I say being able to communicate the proper way, I mean knowing grammar, knowing the structure of the language, diving into the language as such. Okay, so being able to communicate with people without problems, not making, not making very common mistakes, okay, such as confusing I go to school and I goes to school, things like that.
Okay, so it's all about respecting the grammar, following the structure in order to be fluent. Those
That's
are
right.
one of the steps to become fluent.
That's right.
Okay, so we find these people who are following the steps. So we want to know in which stage would you consider the student a fluent speaker in English?
Well, if you want to be fluent in a language, the first thing you have to do is speak to people. Okay, so you have to speak to people. And in this process of speaking to people, you have to find the right people. And when I say the right people, I'm talking about the people who know the language. Okay, let's suppose English. Okay, so you want to be able to speak English well. You want to be fluent in English. Then you have to speak English to the people who already speak it well.
Okay.
So you have to be surrounded by people who speak English well. Okay? In my opinion, I don't think it's possible to be fluent if you speak English to the people who don't speak it well. So if you want to be fluent, you have to be surrounded by people who speak it. Not only speaking is, the main tool, okay? But we also have other things such as reading a lot, watching movies, mimicking.
Yes.
That's it. And sometimes you have to. There is something that happened some weeks ago, something interesting that the English teacher did.
Okay.
He sent us some audios, right? Some English audios. So those audios were quite useful.
All right.
Okay, so the more you listen to them, the faster you become fluent in a language. So audios, videos, watching films, practicing speaking. So all those things do help a lot if you want to become fluent in a language.
Oh, okay. So I would like to know what is the difference between fluency and accent. Is that any difference?
Yes, of course, there is a difference.
Okay. Can you please share with us?
There is a difference. Okay. Just like I said, being fluent is being able to use a certain language, quite well. Okay? Knowing its structure, rules, grammar, and so on and so forth. Now, accent, accent is about how you speak a language. Okay,
Alright.
how you speak a language. I'm going to give you some examples. You have somebody from the US and you also have somebody from England,
Okay.
correct? These two people have different accents, correct?
Right.
Both speak English.
Yes.
Both understand each other.
Yes.
Okay, so, and they're both fluent, correct?
Right.
That's it. To me, accent is not so crucial.
Oh.
I don't think that accent is so crucial. I would say that fluency is more crucial than accent,
Okay.
in my opinion,
All right.
right? I mean, the other difference that I find in these two things, fluency and an accent, is that you can choose to have any kind of accent that you want.
Oh.
Okay, so you can sound like an American, you can sound like an English, you can sound like an Australian, a South African. I think this is something that you see a lot in our classroom.
Yes.
We all speak English, but we speak English in different ways, okay? So we have different accents.
Yes.
But when it comes to speaking, we all understand each other, correct?
Right.
That's it. So the most important thing is being able to communicate, being able to speak.
All right.
So what we do is keeping interaction between us. Yeah, so accent doesn't matter that much.
Oh.
Although sometimes when it comes to English, when we are learning English, we tend to sound as an American or as a British person,
Yes.
correct? But I don't think that's a big issue. If you, let's say, if you, because the other thing that counts a lot is where you are taught English. Okay, where you're taught English, who teaches you English? Okay, let's imagine, for example, that you spend, quite a lot of time in South Africa. We know that South Africans have their way of speaking English. They have their accent.
Yes.
Okay, you spend, let's say, 7 years there learning English, and then you come to Mozambique. Yeah, you find people who speak English in different ways.
accent.
Okay, so they have different accents, and you try to mimic. And you say, no, my accent is not so good. It's bad. So I want to
Yes.
try something else. I don't think that helps a lot. That's crucial.
All right.
Okay, so just stick to your accent.
Oh, so
As long as you are understood by people.
so fluency comes. It's better when you know your own accent and you are fluent on the accent.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay, right. So, Mr. Geraldo,
Okay.
what was your what helped you develop your fluency?
Well, it's a long story, but anyway.
Shorten it, please.
Well, I had people who did help me a lot
Okay.
during the process of learning English, for example.
For how many years, have you been speaking English? When did you start learning English?
Well, it's been ages.
Ages.
I mean, the first school that I attended, the first English school that I attended was near my house, and we're talking about 10 or 15 years ago.
All right.
So I can't remember it straight because, as I've just said, it's been ages. The experience was not so good.
Okay.
It wasn't so good. Why? Because the person who taught us English was not as good as I thought he was.
All right.
Let's say I was so disappointed.
Okay.
I was so disappointed. And after some time, I met somebody, a friend of mine, who introduced me to his teacher. The second teacher I had was good indeed. He was a good teacher, and he taught me English. But still, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Why? Because I really wanted to reach, let's say, I wanted to be very good. I wanted to be untouchable, as people say. I wanted to be amazing. The guy was good, but I decided to look for somebody else. Somebody else who was, who was more intelligent. Somebody who was somebody who was smarter. Okay. And after some time, I met a guy. He was taught English by Canadian people.
All right.
And he said, I can help you with your English. Okay, so what you have to do is just come to my place every day. Okay, spend 2 hours. We practice English, and I'm going to teach you some grammar stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I said yes because I was so interested.
All right.
Okay, so we did that, if I'm not mistaken, for 2 years. Yeah, for 2 years, and it was really good. The guy was so good, but so good in a way that his lessons were,
amazing.
I don't know even how to describe the lessons, but the lessons were so amazing. And I also spent some time here in the city. There is a school. I think it's an American school.
All right.
Where you find lots of students who go there to learn English. So that school was also helpful. Why? Because I spent some time with the different people practicing English. So all that process that I took was so amazing and so useful because from that experience that I had, I was able to learn a lot. Believe me, when they say social interaction is helpful, they're not lying. It's true.
All right.
It's all true. As long as you are with the right people, you interact with the right people, trust me, it's possible to learn English and be fluent.
So there is one tip. You gotta look for the right people to start learning English, to speak well your English, to manage well your fluence. You see, not only that, you must interact with other people, like he said here. It's important to look for the right people. Do not only sit around and just talk to people just because he knows how to speak English. That is not enough. Look for the right people. Not only by speaking to people, like interacting. Nowadays, we have these YouTube videos, podcasters, and those people are very fluent. They know how to speak English, so they can help you. Stop being lazy. Those data that you keep on wasting on WhatsApp, TikTok videos, some of the videos are interesting and they can help you learn English, but spend those data on something that will help you improve your English. Start now, okay? Start now. So, Mr. Geraldo, I'm going to ask you something like, are you ready?
Yes, I am. Sure.
Have you ever faked fluency or accent just to sound, I don't know, more native?
Well, I wouldn't say fake. When I was younger, we're talking about 10 or 15 years ago, one of the things that I thought of was, okay, so how do I want to speak English? So how do I want to sound?
In English.
Yes. So that was one of the things that I thought of. And I was like, no. I even thought of flying to England.
As one of the ways.
That's it. So I was like, no. I need to spend some time in England, especially in London.
Yes.
That's it. To be able to speak English as English people do. But as time went by, I realized that it's possible to learn English here in Mozambique, and you don't have to speak as English people do. Because even in England, if you pay attention, you're going to realize that even English people depending on the regions, they
Yes.
speak English. They don't have like
same accent.
let's say same accents.
Yes.
Okay, for example, if you go to London, you're going to hear a certain accent. You go to Birmingham, you're going to hear a certain accent.
Liverpool.
You go to Liverpool, you're going to hear a certain accent. So trying to sound, let's say, trying to sound like an English person, I think to me is a waste of time.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a waste of time. So learn English and speak the way you can. Your teacher, for example, you have a teacher, and your teacher teaches you how to speak English. As long as you speak English the correct way, that's all that matters.
Right.
As long as you speak English the right way, you don't try to sound as an American or an English person. That's a waste of time.
Okay.
Although we have, why do people, I'm just going to say this, why do people try to sound, for
More
example,
native.
an American or British? Because we have two standards of English. Okay, the biggest standards of English that we have are the American standard and the British standard. So if somebody wants to, when people want to learn English, so the first thing that crosses their mind is, okay, I want to sound American, I want to sound British. Yeah, this is so. Mostly when it comes to English, so we have the American style and we also have the British style. So it's either the American or the British. So one of them, at least one of them.
You must choose.
But in my case, yeah, it happened when I was younger, as I said. But after some time, I saw that I was wasting time.
All right.
Yeah, so I was focusing on the wrong thing, wrong issue. Yeah, and as time went by, I had to change my mind. So that was a waste of time. And now here I am.
Oh.
So when I'm speaking, I can't say that I sound American or British. It's just English.
The most important thing is to communicate
That's
and
it.
let
It's
the people
just
understand
English.
what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying. He
Yes.
gets what I'm saying.
Yep.
That's all that matters.
Only that.
Even our teachers don't speak the same way, right?
Right.
That's right.
It's quite different. So he left one of the tips, but now as we are closing, so I want you to just leave some advice for these students that are trying to learn English but struggle with fluency and most of the time with accent. Here we learned that it's important to stick with your accent, before fluency. It's important to communicate, but some tips like to help them speak like you do, because you got the accent, you got the fluency. So what advice would you leave for this student who is trying or struggling with these problems?
Before answering that question, I'd like to say something. Nowadays we have tools, correct?
Right.
Nowadays we have tools. We have social media, okay, which is quite useful, as you said. Okay, so you mentioned it. It's quite useful. Years ago we didn't have that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we didn't have that. It was just going to school, listening to the teacher, and practicing English by speaking.
Yes.
Right. But nowadays, as I said, we have all those tools. If students want to be fluent in English, I'm just going to say this again. One of the things that they have to do, the main thing that they have to do, is speaking English
Right.
to the people who speak English fluently.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
And to help you with your fluency, as I said, we have social media, correct? Nowadays, you go to YouTube, right? You seek some English teaching videos,
Yes.
right? There you find very good teachers,
Yes.
okay, with very amazing accents, okay? Teachers from many different
Countries.
English-speaking countries.
Yes.
So we have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have TikTok. TikTok is one of the apps that I love so much.
I'm also a
But it's not
TikTok
just
guy.
for it's not just for learning English, but for seeing some other stuff, watching
Yes.
some other stuff. So it's a
Yes.
very, very, very useful tool.
Yeah.
I recommend it. Yeah. And reading also helps.
All right.
Yeah, reading a lot, listening, especially when you are beginning to learn English, you have to listen a lot.
Right.
Yeah. When I was a beginner, I had, problems speaking English. So I had to listen to people.
Who speak English?
So that was the first thing that I did, listening to people speaking.
Okay.
So from listening, you acquire something. So it's like it's a waste of time, but no, it's not a waste of time. So the next time that the person is going to say something, you already know it. Okay, so listening also helps. It's challenging at first because some things you won't be able to catch.
Right.
Okay, but it's helpful. Listening, writing, reading, watching videos, using social media, practicing speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much everything that a student or somebody who wishes to learn English has to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So these are the main, let's say, topics or tips that I can give to the people who want to learn English for the first time.
Okay. So this is Mr. Geraldo who helped us now or shared his experiences in order to help us explore more this topic about fluency. So guys, this is it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to drop a like, subscribe, and write something on the comment box. We really need to hear from you guys. What is your struggle when it comes to fluency? And tell us if this content really helped you improve your fluency. So today, it's all. Kisses. See you next time. Bye.